So we are continuing today, Meretz Hashem, in Pirkei, Mishna Dalet, chapter 2, the 4th Mishnah. Hu haya omer, he used to say, Hasei ritzono kiritzonecha, make the will of Hashem like your own will, Kedei sheyaseh ritzoncha kiritzono, so that Hashem will make your will like His will. Literally, again, nullify your will before His will, in order that Hashem will nullify the will of others in front of your will. Hillel used to say, Al tifrosh min hatzibor, do not separate yourself from the congregation, V'al tamin ba'atzmach ad yom mosach, and do not believe in yourself until the day that you die. V'al tadin es chaverach ad shetagilim kamo, don't judge your friend until you reach his place. V'al tomar davar shi efshar lishmoa shesofo lihishama, don't say something that should not be heard, for in the end it will be heard. And don't say, when I have free time I will learn, because you may not have free time. So a very packed Mishnah. Let's begin to unpack it. So the first thing the Mishnah said was, Atzei ritzono kirtzoncha, make your will or perform His will like your own will. And the Rabbeinu Yonah says a very simple yet profound idea. He explains, Ritzono lomar kasher adam oseh ritzon atzmo b'chefetz ubetaiva ken ya'aseh ratzon hakadosh baruch hu. The same way that when it comes to taking care of my needs, I do so with a sense of alacrity, of excitement, with zrizos. So too I should bring that same level of energy to my service of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Incredible idea. Treat the needs of God. Aseh ritzono kirtzonecha. Make the performance of the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu just like the performance of your own will. I take care of my own stuff with excitement, so to serve the needs of HaKadosh Baruch Hu with excitement as well. The Rabbeinu Yonah goes on, ultimately, and if I do that, then there's a quid pro quo, so to speak, right? There's reciprocity. If I treat HaKadosh Baruch Hu's will like my own will, giving it the same amount of attention, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu ultimately again will make my will like His will, meaning HaKadosh Baruch Hu will be attentive to my needs. If I'm attentive to God's needs, God will be attentive to my needs. So in a similar idea, nullify or negate your will before the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In other words, sometimes in life what happens is there's a clash between what I want and what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants. So what do you do in those moments of clash? What do you do in those moments of conflict? So here the Rabbeinu Yonah says, that's where a person has to rise to the occasion and literally nullify one's own will in the face of the Ribono Shel Olam's will. When there is a conflict, when there is a clash between what I want and what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants, find the koach, find the power to put God's needs first. And if I do that, then ultimately, again, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will annul or will nullify the will of those who want to harm me before my own will. So what you begin to see from this Mishnah is a certain sense of midah kineged midah, right? A quid pro quo. The Baal Shem Tov HaKodesh says on the pasuk, Hashem tzilcha yad minachas. We normally translate that as Hashem is your shade. The Baal Shem Tov says Hashem is your shade means Hashem is your shadow. Just like your shadow mirrors whatever it is that you do, right? Your shadow literally mirrors you. So too again, there is a system of divine reciprocity, that the way I treat HaKadosh Baruch Hu is ultimately again the way He treats me, and that's what the theme you begin to see in this Mishnah. That treat HaKadosh Baruch Hu's will like with the same excitement that you treat your own will, and if you do that, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu will treat your will with the same level of importance as He treats His own will, so to speak. Similarly, when there's a clash between your will and the will of God, if you allow the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu ultimately again to take the front seat, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu will put your will above the will of those who seek to visit harm upon you. Last part of the Mishnah, or last part of today, Hillel used to say, Al tifrosh min hatzibor, do not separate yourself from the community or from the congregation. So here the Rabbeinu Yonah says something very beautiful. He explains, Bishah shatzibor oskim b'torah u'b'mitzvos. So specifically, the Rabbeinu understands that Hillel is referring to when the tzibor, when the congregation, the community is involved in some type of spiritual endeavor. Don't separate yourself. It's not convenient, it's not the right time. That might all be true. But at the end of the day, when the collective is involved in something that is spiritually invigorating, in some form of spiritual growth, do not lose out on the opportunity to be part of that tzibur. An incredible and important idea. When faced with the opportunity to join in collective communal growth, don't let that opportunity pass you by. All right, we'll stop over here for today. Shkoyach, everyone.